Chiara D'Agostino, and I'm happy to be here with I Ain't That Chick. I'm just here to update you a little bit on what's been going on the past year and a half since I was interviewed with I Ain't That Chick. Lots happened since then, so I hope you tune in to find out.
Hello everyone, it's Remission with I Ain't That Chick. You guys, I am back, and I am back with, as I call it, a fan favorite or a guest from a previous episode. And as I like to say, this is my girl. This is Miss Chiara D'Agostino. She is like a celebrity and a beauty in her own right, and she has come back on to I Ain't That Chick just to give us an update. So please say hello to our audience.
Hi. Hi. Thank you. You say my name so nicely.
Do I?
Yeah,
I practice
it really nicely.
Chiara, my Spanish teacher would be so happy. So, I do want to go back and come forward. You interviewed with us a while back, and we're going to flash a clip of that to tell us about your story. So give us a brief update of your story.
Well, I think the first time, we interviewed, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And maybe I was in remission. I think I had some a surgery, a double mastectomy, and probably reconstruction by the time I saw you, I think.
Well, I remember I was sitting at my desk one day and I got a phone call from you, and you had the breast implants.
Yes.
But you had to be rushed to the hospital because there was a problem with the breast implant.
I did. There was an infection. I had several infections with those breast implants, exactly, and you were there for one of them. Thank you.
I just so to be able to share that experience, and I think that just bonded us. This is like is my sister, my friend. So I believe you had two breast implant surgeries, right?
I had 2 single mastectomies. Okay. So I had the left breast removed first, because that was the one that had the cancer in it, and then I wanted the right one removed for symmetry. So that's like a prophylactic mastectomy. Okay. But my doctor wanted she didn't want to do it at the same time, so I waited 6 months and had the second one done, and then I had implants put in, and those implants took turns getting infected every other month.
Okay, so when you had your implants in, and so I remember, I was having conversations and seeing you, and so how did you feel after you first had the implants?
I didn't like them at all.
You didn't? No, why not?
I didn't like the shape of them. I fell for this idea that they were going to look beautiful. Okay. And they didn't at all. It wasn't like a breast enhancement. Okay. It was a breast replacement. It was breast reconstruction. So to me, they just looked really fake and ugly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. They didn't feel?
No, they didn't. They felt pretty hard. What annoyed me was that, when I leaned up against something or even gave somebody a hug, I couldn't feel them because there was this space between my body and something else. There was this fake boobs.
Now, did you have that same feeling when you had your breasts?
No, you feel everything.
You feel everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right? You feel it.
I just feel, these girls here, and
You feel it. I mean, now I feel I don't have any girls anymore, but this is my body. So like now when I hug somebody, it feels normal.
So was it a disappointment when you had to have the implants removed?
It was a disappointment because as a few of us, and maybe I shouldn't speak for other women, but like I've heard, well, maybe that's one of the good things you get out of breast cancer is a great set of, a great rack.
Right. And, we'll take a rack.
Right. So I was like, okay. And, it really just didn't happen for me at all. And that's fine. Okay. I'm happy to still be here. But after the many different infections, and then I found out that my cancer spread to different parts of my body. And at that point, I said, I'm done with the surgeries for the implants. I have to focus on other things now.
Now, was it hard to come to that conclusion?
No, it really wasn't.
That's good.
It really wasn't. I was fed up. I mean, I had been in and out of surgery for
a while.
For like almost 2 years, probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So I was really ready to get on with my life.
To live.
and I never really got a chance to, because it went from stage 3 to implant infections to stage 4.
Where are you today, health-wise?
So now I've been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer since August 2016, and it's been a little over a year. And they found it in my lungs. I didn't really have any symptoms. I did have some pain here on my sternum, and I had told my plastic surgeon about it because I had just had surgery again, and he was like, oh, we'll just give you some painkillers. No, I don't want painkillers. I want to know why I have pain. So it just eventually turned out because it had spread. Sorry, what was the question?
It just, I'm so engrossed. Like, how are you today?
So how am I today? So I'm on a chemotherapy, and it's a clinical trial. This is my second clinical trial that I've been on for stage 4. And my tumors are all below 1 millimeter.
Okay, so they're shrinking?
And that's really good.
Yeah, good. So now what are you taking in order for them to shrink? What is your course of therapy?
The course of therapy is I have chemotherapy every Wednesday. So every single week I go to the Cancer Institute of New Jersey in New Brunswick. And they give me an infusion. And if my white blood count allows me to, because it also lowers my white blood count, and sometimes my immune system is too low to take on more chemo. But normally I go in for chemo every week. I've been on this regimen since I think June for a few months, and lost my hair.
She's beautiful. Okay, before we get to the hair part, because I do want to talk about this hair. I think she's working. I think you're beautiful. From what I know, from what some of us know about chemo, what we think that chemo is really hard and it's really rough and it's really taxing on the body. Is it like that for you?
It is, yeah. It depends on the week. So I'm on this 3-week cycle where 1 week I get 3 chemo drugs, and that week is tough. I get chemo on Wednesday, and then by Friday morning I'm waking up throwing up. Saturday pretty much the same, and I'm just kind of on the couch with a stomach ache and no appetite.
Who is there for you when you are on the couch with no appetite when you're throwing up? Who is there?
Depends. Sometimes someone will sleep over, and usually it's somebody that signs up for duty through my website, through this site that my friends have put together. Lots of helping hands.
I've seen this site where you can go and you can maybe take a meal to someone, or you can clean someone's apartment or do something like that.
Or sign up to drive them somewhere.
Right.
Or, whatever you feel comfortable doing. So yeah, there's a site like that, and so sometimes people will sign up and sleep over, and it's been from somebody I've had a class with years ago to a student I taught to someone I was maybe on a photo shoot with. I mean, just people out of the kindness of their heart. Exactly. And love. Yeah, so it's not necessarily
someone that you know.
Exactly. Someone that I've known for a long time. They're not necessarily proximally close. If that's a word.
I want to sign up.
Okay.
But now you mentioned the hair.
Yes.
Because and you had this beautiful long blonde hair, and I read that you said you invested a lot of money getting your hair. This one right here.
What?
You invested a lot of money getting your hair the way that you wanted it. And ladies, we all know hair is so important to us.
With the layers, the coloring, and it's just expensive.
And
the time.
And so your hair was gray. Your hair turned gray. How did that happen?
Well, I had chemo before, so when my chemo, I had the chemo and my hair fell out, and it grew back gray, the natural color that
Just
it
grew
is.
back gray. Now, do you mind sharing your age at all, or?
I'm 45.
45. A beautiful head of gray hair. But how does that feel to lose
Should
your?
we show the
Do you want to show? Yes, we should.
Is it
show it?
too much?
No, it's not. Let's
to
show it.
This
no.
photo?
First of all, I have to. This one right here, what I love about her is that she is just, first of all, just look. She's beautiful, but she's so daring. And it's not easy for women to put themselves out there, women with breasts. And as a woman, a lot of times, we really do put ourselves through a lot. Whether we're feeling fat, skinny, hair isn't right, makeup isn't right. And so we like to add layers on to cover. But you are taking layers off. And you are so brave. You're such a hero. I look like, God, if she can do it, then I have nothing to complain about. But tell us a little bit about this magazine and what it is that you're about to show.
First of all, I remember someone recently interviewed me and said, if you could meet anyone you wanted to, who would it be? I didn't say Obama. You
didn't say me.
I didn't say, well, there you go. I said Oprah.
Wow.
I don't know, like I think she's inspiring.
She is.
She's so inspiring, and so
we love Oprah.
We love Oprah.
We love
I
Oprah.
just love Oprah. So that's what that magazine means to me. And then they did a spread this month on different breast cancer options, so different surgeries that women can have, whether it's a single mastectomy or a double mastectomy. Tattoos, reconstruction, no reconstruction. So they had different options, and I was in one of them.
Did you look at this?
And so this is
yes.
But that's also an idea of how long my hair was with gray hair.
And so, what made you first? This photo is fire.
So that's a little bit more information than maybe you were looking for, but that's
I love
topless.
And you are topless quite a bit.
I am topless
on the internet, on social media. She's always topless.
Yeah.
But now, how did that feel? I'm sure you're around people that are behind the camera taking these pictures. Was it a male? Was it a guy?
It was a guy.
How do you feel going from blonde hair, long hair, what we titled the epitome of beauty and breasts, to now be this vulnerable, to be this open? How does that feel?
And also, like, gray hair can make you seem old.
Oh. Did you feel old with your gray hair?
No, I felt mature. Just it's a different look.
Different look.
Yeah, and I just was like, you know what, this is my look now.
This is my look. It looks fair.
And now this is my
This is your look. But now the day of this photo shoot, when you took your top off, how does that feel though?
I don't know, it feels freeing.
Do you feel as beautiful as you felt before?
I feel different. I feel, I guess, I don't know that it feels beautiful. It more feels more just strong, like who I am. It's just who I am now.
Yes, she is.
Because beautiful, I think, is probably, I don't know, it's all in the eyes. It's,
It's a different word choice, and thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I think it's who I am. It's comfortable.
Okay. When you opened up O Magazine, the first time you opened it and you saw this picture, what did you think? What did you say? How did you feel?
I was like, oh my God, I thought that was, that's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
I did. I am really happy about this selection that they picked for this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So now you were also let's go to the hair. Since you mentioned the hair.
Yeah.
How did we went from blonde to gray to now this, which I think this is just fierce. This is just sharp. How did we get here?
How did we get here? We got here through chemo.
Okay.
Yeah, we got here through chemo. Although, so this time I had chemo again, and I knew I'd been losing my hair, and my friend said, why don't you get a wig made out of your hair? And so I found an organization called Mohair Foundation in Jersey City, who's awesome too. Have you heard of them?
Just a little bit.
Okay, yes. Monique is beautiful and amazing, and she made me this wig out of my own gray hair. And I still have to kind of style it. I haven't worn it because I still have to style it.
But it's your hair.
It's my hair. It is soft. It has the curls in it. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
And
it's yours.
It's mine.
So now this right here, I just think it's gorgeous. I think it's fierce. I think it's funky. It's so you. It's so. How do you feel about your new look?
I'm not crazy about it.
Why not?
I like the feeling of hair. I like playing with hair.
Okay.
So that's why I have this earring now.
Okay,
This is
so
like
you
my
created
new look.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew when I go gray or go bald, I figured I would just be the girl with the big earrings and the bright lipstick.
Yes.
I figured I would just
With
work
your
it.
arm,
And
the cute top
and so
and everything. Okay. So now you have a blog.
I
And
do.
tell us a little bit about your blog.
sure, Beauty Through the Beast is my
Now,
blog.
why Beauty Through the Beast? Sorry to cut you off, but why beauty? What's the beauty and what's the beast part of it?
Good question. Beauty, I think, is basically how you would go through something. So how are you know, the beast is cancer. So it's basically how am I getting through this journey of cancer, and also throwing in some tips on what I might use, what tops might be great tops to wear when you're flat,
Okay.
or skincare, things like that.
Okay. So you mentioned flat, and I've been reading about going flat. Is
Okay.
that like a new trend or something?
That's a good question. I don't know that it's a trend. I mean, I know since I had to make the decision right around the same time, there was an article in the New York Times about women deciding to go flat because of cancer. And that's a choice, and it's just not a choice that's very talked about. I mean, even when I was thinking about it, I just thought immediately, no, I want to have the same body type that I had before. I want breasts.
Because we identify that as being a woman, and that's part of our femininity. Is to have breasts. So going flat. I see that a lot more women today are going flat, and sometimes they have the tattoo covering up their breasts.
Yeah.
Would you get a tattoo?
I think I would, but I'm really done with the needles.
Okay. You really? Even a tattoo needle?
Oh, I'm so done with the needles.
It hurts. Okay.
I don't know. I've never had a tattoo.
Okay,
I've
neither
had
have
plenty
I.
of piercings, but no.
What did your mom say about you showing your breasts on social media? What did she say?
No, you have to ask my sister that one.
What does your sister think about it?
I don't.
What does your family in general think?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, you don't know. Okay. And you are such a force on social media. You really empower and inspire a lot of people. Who is the person that inspires you?
Good question. Who's the? I mean, I think we already said Oprah.
Oprah.
I think of like people in real life.
Yeah, real life. Like, who do you draw strength from? And because when you empower and you encourage and you inspire, you have to be recharged and get refueled and stuff. So when you need to be recharged, you need to refuel. What do you read? Who do you go to?
I don't know that there's any one person. I think
That's a good answer.
I think I get recharged by going online and seeing the different people, what they're going through. Like people go through hard times. That's normal. People are also celebrating wonderful times. That's also a part of it. People are living. People are celebrating birthdays, and
so you draw strength from them living.
Yeah, I think so. Depending on the mind frame. Sometimes I could be jealous because they're on vacation and I'm sick on the couch. But sometimes, let's see, I don't know. I will call on energy healers. Okay. Energy healers are what gives me, what soothes me.
What do you find, well, back in the day, if I were to ask you what you found most beautiful about yourself, what would you say back then? 20-something, let's say 26-year-old Chiara.
I don't think any 26-year-olds think that they have anything beautiful about themselves.
30-year-old.
Goodness, I don't know.
You don't know what you
I don't think I would have thought.
It was a physical feature. What did you find most
beautiful?
beautiful?
I thought you were thinking physical.
Yeah, physical feature.
Oh,
what did you find
feature.
most beautiful about yourself back then?
Maybe my smile.
Your smile. And so and so if I ask you today, what do you find most beautiful about yourself today?
I would say probably the comfort level that I have in being myself. I love that.
I love it that you just radiate.
Oh, really?
So now, dating. How is that? How is that after the surgeries and stuff? How do men, because this is real talk, how do men Well, have men just seen your boobs? Because you just flash them, girl, all on social media.
I do.
What the response from men that you know and men that you don't know? What is the feedback been?
Goodness. I think that I haven't had any to my face negative feedback. I've had positive, if anything, from the men that maybe they would say I'm strong or I'm a warrior, all those kind of words that you use. I think maybe even still beautiful, things like that.
Gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
What did you want to be, like, growing up?
Growing up, I wanted to be a mom.
Do you still want to be a mom?
It's kind of late, but
yeah. Me too.
I love children. But I wish I had more children in my life. Yeah.
I asked you that because just knowing you a little bit, and I know that you're a model and some acting and stuff, and I see that before, like all of us, trying to do it, but since you've had breast cancer, it's almost like it's just happening. So you're almost, I don't know if this is a call or purpose. I don't know that you would even say that, and that's disrespectful to some people. But you're almost, it's like the modeling or it's finding you now. It's finding you versus you working for it. How do you feel about that? Because you're like a celebrity. A social media celebrity. You are.
You think so?
Oh my gosh. Google. Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that? I would say good.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning, like when I first was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was looking for a purpose. So I had this blog, Beauty to the Beast. And then I thought, well, who's going to read it? How do I get it out there? And that's when I started doing the social media, and then I wanted more readers and I wanted more followers. And then my purpose kind of changed. It wasn't about me. It was about the message. And however, at the same time, I do like being in front of the camera, and the modeling came about because of the gray hair that was coming in, and people liked it. And I thought, well, if I'm not going to try and fulfill a dream that I've always had, now that I've been diagnosed with cancer and I'm thankfully still living, when am I ever going to try it? Yeah. And so that's when I got some headshots together and found a couple of agents and put it out there. And when I want something, I'm pretty relentless.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Is every day a good day?
No.
How do you get through the bad days?
I might shout on Facebook about how angry I am or how lonely I am. I will, basically go on social media. I really do. Like, I connect on there. It doesn't make me feel better knowing that other people are having a bad day, but I just know, I'm not the only one. I'm not alone. And sometimes, here's a woman. I do remember. Her name is Nally. Her name is Chiara D'Agostino. She has the Nally Show on YouTube that you should check out.
I'll check it out.
And she is inspiring to me. She also has stage 4 now, and I was very upset to see that she was diagnosed after me. And she's like much younger than me, and I sometimes have like an ageism thing, like, they're too young, or they don't want to hang out with me or whatever, but like I just love watching her, and I love her spirit, and so she keeps me going, and she is very real too. She's like, sometimes I'm down, and I could be down, or I could be out and about hiking or running this 5K, and she has nodules in her lungs too, and I'm like, wow, this woman's running. That's inspirational.
She's living. So now, what would you say to the woman that is not as comfortable being in the forefront like you are? Maybe to the woman that doesn't go on social media and she's not putting herself out and she's still struggling. What would you say to her?
I would say, hopefully you can find ways to still find support. You don't have to be out there. Your face doesn't have to be out there to find support. There's phone lines you can call, like Share Cancer Support, Cancer Care, American Cancer Cancer Society has a bunch of resources. My blog has a bunch of resources.
And tell them about your blog. And
yeah, you can hide behind the computer if you want to just find support. There's chat groups. I think like Living Beyond Breast Cancer might have some, but you can go to my blog, beautythroughthebeast.com, and there's a page of resources, and on there you can find many cancer organizations that you can find support from, even things like massages and Reiki and yoga. But yeah, there's phone calls you can make, there's support groups you can go to, there's Facebook groups that you can join. So there's help out there, even if you don't want to put yourself out there.
Stage 4 cancer, what does that mean?
Good question, because I thought more people know, some people don't know that stage 4 is also the same as metastatic cancer. So stage 4 means that it has spread from its origin to different parts of the body. So mine is, I have metastatic breast cancer, and even though my both breasts were removed and the cancer was gone for about a year, it came back in my lungs, in my liver, in my lymph nodes, and in my bones. And that's breast cancer that's living in those different parts. So it's not that I have lung cancer, so it's breast cancer in those different parts, and that's stage 4, and there's no cure for stage 4 cancer.
Okay, there may not be any cure, but what is the prognosis that you'll go into remission?
Well, there's no Western medical cure. There's miracles. And remission, yes, there's a thing we call now no evidence of disease, or no evidence of active disease, which is what we hope with metastatic. So for example, I still have these little nodules that are less than 1 millimeter, but if they're not growing, then they're not active. So that would be no evidence of active disease. I would be happy with that.
Okay. We go on and live a long, productive life.
Yeah.
Did you say 43? Did you say 43? 45. Gorgeous. What would 45-year-old Chiara say to 25-year-old or 30-year-old Chiara? What would you go back and say to her?
Goodness.
If you knew then what you know now.
I'd say a few things. I think one of the important lessons I've learned, is perspective. Like when someone does something and I think, well, that must mean this. It doesn't mean anything, right?
It's wisdom.
That doesn't mean anything. Like just ask a question. I've learned to ask more questions. So stop putting meaning to things in your own.
That may not have that meaning.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
May not have any meaning at all.
Yeah. Or maybe that person just has no idea that you'd rather be called than texted, or whatever it is. Like just communication is such key.
What do you find that people, like even friends, maybe they don't know what to say to you at certain times, or they don't know how to say it? Well, do you find that? Does that happen?
People will tell me later, well, I didn't know what to say. I want you to know I'm supportive. Because I think they also might be afraid, because sometimes I do lash out on social media and say, like, I'm angry, or this is stupid. So I don't blame them for being a little bit cautious.
Right.
However, I think also I don't know what to say is honest.
That's hard to say, because I've even had a point in time where I didn't know what to, you want to help, you want to change things, and I, just being friends, I didn't know what to say to you. I would say, God, I don't know what to say to her, I don't know what to say to her. So some people may go away for a bit because you don't know what to say. And I was having this conversation with you today at home. You weren't there, you didn't know I was talking. Okay. I was telling you, sometimes I don't know what to say. And not just with you, but with some other people. You don't know what to say.
I don't either, and I have cancer. Like, I don't even know what to say sometimes. And so when that happens to me, I can only imagine what it's like in someone else's shoes. That's like, I really don't even know what to do or say.
5 years from now, what do you see for yourself? And then we're going to finish. What do you see for yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I hope I'm still alive and envisioning, I'm doing more visualizations where I can even see that as a possibility for myself. So that's positive. And if I am still around, I see myself as healthy and around and still advocating for breast cancer and cancer and awareness and research.
We're going to be going to hang out.
Oh, we're going to be hanging out.
Yes. Let's tell everybody goodbye. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Fierce.
I love you.
Oh. Bye, you guys. You can check out more from
Thank you.
Chiara at beautythroughthebeast.com.
Yes.
All right, you guys check her out.
Awesome.
Want to find out more about AINT That Chick? Visit our website at www.aintthatchick.com.